Hi, everyone. My name is Tenaj, and I'm the founder of Light to Life and from Prison Cells to Ph.D. Women's Cohort Facilitator, as well as the lead researcher in They Are Survivors Too, gender responsive programming for justice impacted survivors of intimate partner violence.
Hi, everybody. My name is Avion Berry. I'm a junior psychology major, Afro-American Studies minor at the illustrious Howard University, and I currently work as a research assistant within the study. And during today's presentation, we'll be discussing how Light to Life and Prison Cells PhD has been leveraging a community university partnership in order to create social impact for formerly incarcerated women. And now I'm just going to pass over to Tenaj to talk about the importance of this work.
Thanks, Avion. Women's prison and reentry programming are primarily focused on reducing recidivism and neglect how an individual's intersecting identities influence their risk of violence and the ways that gender-based violence must be addressed for these women to recover and heal from these traumas. Light to Life and From Prison Cells to PhD recognize this need. And through this partnership, we have created digital resources, leadership opportunities, online communities, and educational and trauma-informed workshops with healing justice approaches for positive health outcomes for over 400 women nationally since 2021. And this partnership between Light to Life and From Prison Cells to PhD has allowed universities to invest in our programming to show the impact. Universities such as Johns Hopkins and Morgan State University Center for Urban Health Disparities and Research and Innovation. These community university partnerships recognize the importance of our mission. The importance of our mission dates all the way back to 168 years ago, starting in the 19th century with the enslavement of Black women. And now in modern time, this can be seen in stories such as C.C. McDonald and Marissa Alexander, shown on this timeline here. Women, more specifically women of color, have been consistently excluded from the protection by our legal system. And to protect themselves really only brought them further trauma and sentencing. And this can now be seen in the rates of incarceration for Black women rising 20% faster than the rate of their white counterparts. According to the Bureau of Justice Statistics, female imprisonment, the growth rate has been twice as high as that of men since 1980. And that rate has risen over 700% since then. So the association between incarceration and intimate partner violence leads to numerous of health consequences for incarcerated women, such as gynecological and pregnancy-related conditions, mental health conditions, as well as chronic physical illnesses. And lastly, there's a lack of gender-responsive programming. In order to reduce the negative outcomes associated with intimate partner violence and incarceration, gender-responsive programming during and after incarceration is needed for reentry success and for physical and psychological well-being of women. And we believe through this community university partnership, we will be able to evaluate the impact of this innovative program for survivors of gender-based violence and of the carceral system. So I'm going to pass it over to Avion to talk about the purpose of our research.
Thank you, Tenaj. So through this partnership, we're trying to fill a gap by really centering the voices of individuals who are directly impacted by gender-based violence, mass incarceration, and structural racism. Through the support of a community university partnership in a comparative evaluation study, we're examining the experiences of intimate partner violence survivors within histories of incarceration within the cohort. So our intervention group being those who have attended 2 or more of the cohort workshops, and then our control group being those who have either just signed up or attended less than 2. And our aim is by centering the voices of justice impacted survivors and conducting the study, the data will inform and provide lessons to improve this program and hopefully scale it up and apply to similarly affected populations. So as for our research methods, the first step was recruiting our participants. We did that through sending emails and flyers, also promoting within our social media network. And then we are currently within the second step of our research, which is conducting one-on-one interviews, which we are currently doing via Zoom. And we're asking them about their past experiences with intimate partners, their coping skills, and as well as their support systems during and after incarceration. For the third step, we will analyze the qualitative interview transcripts and code the data for major themes that are common in the control group versus the intervention group. And then lastly, we'll be disseminating our collective research to the public, similar to how we're doing today. For our anticipated results, we predict that there will be 1, a satisfactory level of engagement with like-to-like programming, 2, reduction in attitudes that accept violence in relationships, 3, an increase in interpersonal and intrapersonal skills that lead to healthy relationships, overall well-being, and also a reduction in substance abuse. And then I'm just going to turn it over to Tenaj to conclude for today.
Thank you. Overall, this partnership will establish a framework for academic institutions like Xavier to better understand the importance of leveraging community-based partnerships for social impact that will result in an increase in public awareness on the intersections of gender, race, intimate partner violence, and incarceration. And most importantly, this partnership will provide an opportunity to influence women's prisons programming and the policies on how women's victimization is viewed within our criminal legal system. In conclusion, this is more than just a research project for us, and our hope is to break down systematic barriers to ensure that all women and girls receive the appropriate interventions in order for them to heal, learn, and grow, and ultimately prevent any victimization ties to incarceration. Thank you for your time.